What's good, beautiful people? I'm the Black Thumb, and this is my man's
Ayati.
And welcome to New to the Game podcast, the podcast for the casual NBA fan.
Now, the casual NBA fan is more interested in the fashion, the music, the culture, the drama. All right, T, what are we talking about today?
All right, so for our fashion quarter, we are talking about the Met Gala, and this shit is about to be blackity black. For those that don't know what the Met Gala is, it's an annual fundraising event hosted in the spring by the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, where people from all spheres of influence push the bounds of fashion, all in the name of supporting the arts. The theme for the 2025 Met Gala is Superfine, Tailoring Black Style, which was inspired by Monica L. Miller's 2009 book, Slaves to Fashion, Black Dandyism and the Styling of Black Diasporic Identity. The upcoming Met Gala aims to explore the importance of clothing and style to the formation of Black identities. It also expresses or will express Black dandyism, which is a style of dress that African American men use to defy stereotypes of masculinity. So it's only natural that icons and entertainers like Pharrell, A$AP Rocky, and Lewis Hamilton are co-chairs for this event, with LeBron James being named as an honorary chair. So, what is your reaction to the Met Gala celebrating how Black people have influenced fashion and continue to do so?
I mean, I'm excited. I feel like it's probably a long time coming. You know, so many styles get stolen from like the Black community, and they just never admit to it. They just act like they just never saw that shit somewhere else. Like if you see the comparison, oh, it's just a coincidence. Like what the fuck? So it's like from FUBU shit to sportwear to urban gear, just the whole hip hop look has just been kind of just now disseminated into every other culture. When I came from an era when you wore that shit, it was devalued. So like, I never forget when I first started changing my style in college. Like I came from like, I was dressing hood as fuck, like 50 Cent hood. Big ass white t-shirts, fucking academic jeans, Rockaware jeans, fucking Air Forces, the little rubber band and shit, holding your motherfucking pants up. I'm talking early 2000s dressing and shit. And when I got to college one day, I was like, man, I need to get some more clothes. I was running out of space. So I'm like, I'm gonna go run some shit. It was a place in Orange County I was going to UC Irvine called Buffalo Exchange. So me and my little brother was talking about this. I gathered a bunch of my shit, went up there, dropped that shit off. Whole bunch of, I thought the shit was fly. I'm talking about fly shit in my mind. Shit I got from the swap meet. I'm like, cool. Think I'm looking good as fuck. They was like, well, we'll give you like $5 for all of this shit. And I was like, what? As much money as I spent for this shit? You give me $5? And they was like, well, we'll give you like $25 for the Chucks, and that's about it, and probably some more for the Levi's. I'm like, so all this shit you don't even want. It made me just feel like my shit wasn't valuable. Like I was like, man, fuck this shit. So I started dressing completely different. I started making sure my clothes fit. I'm only wearing Dickies and Levi's and shit. Probably throwing some Vans here and there. You couldn't convince me anything was special. Like, oh, you should get this brand. I didn't give a fuck about that. I was mad as fuck. So let's fast forward 20 years now. This is fucking, about almost 20 years now into the future. And I'm seeing shit that I used to wear back in the day. I'm like, y'all wearing that shit? Y'all used to just dog this shit. This used to get dogged out by you same motherfuckers. Yeah. And now this shit is being reintroduced into mainstream culture as high fashion. I'm seeing athletes walk out with this shit. I'm sitting there looking like, I'm seeing these, like that flare pants. Those are bell bottom. I'm just like, I'm seeing like the wide leg pants, the baggy clothes and shit. And I'm like, the fuck? This was literally
back to the early 2000s, bruh.
Early 2000s. Like, I'm still alive. Like, you do this shit when the motherfuckers dead. Yeah. Like, you wait to the, like, we can go back to, like, the 1920s and most motherfuckers are dead. You can't say that. You could take their fashion from the 1920s and nobody can argue against you. We millennials are still here.
They're still here, thriving.
And alive. Like, yo, I'm not dead, bruh. Like, we used to wear that shit and we used to get made fun of for that shit. We couldn't get into a job interview. We couldn't even get into a club with that shit. You walk up to the club with that shit, white tees, your ass ain't getting in. Big clothes, baggy clothes, you ain't getting in. So it's like we had to start wearing suits and shit.
Right.
All that business attire to the club shit. So I'm sitting there like, okay, this is cool. Then it's coming back that we got these people leading a Met Gala, and they're going to like pretty much, I guess, give the history of like so many different genres. And I'm like, okay, that's going to be cool, but We gonna see.
Yeah.
That shit better not be too weird. You know, I'm gonna be like, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think I'm really here for it in the sense that like it's exploring this idea of fluidity within Black culture, but specifically within Black men. And I think that's super important for the time that we're living in. Like, I think we need to normalize that, like, not every Black man is hard as fuck. I think we need to normalize that not every Black man is, you know, another one of the many stereotypes that have been placed on us, right?
Yeah.
And that there's a spectrum. Like, we are not, you don't represent all Black people. I don't represent all Black people. We are not a monolith as a people. There's so much variety and so much diversity within our culture. And we express that most notably through our garments and through our fashion. And so I'm interested to see just how playful this is going to get, and not necessarily on the female side, but on the male side. Like, I'm interested to see how much gender fluidity is going to take place with some of the fits that come out. But to your point, I'm really hopeful that they will be able to kind of tell a story and retell the story of how influential, you know, our culture has become, and maybe even dating all the way back to our roots as a people in Africa, and how their fashion has obviously influenced us and then in turn influenced the world. So yeah, man. And plus, like, Pharrell, A$AP Rocky, Lewis Hamilton, yeah.
I don't know who Lewis Hamilton is.
Lewis Hamilton, he's the Formula One driver, from the UK, light skinned dude with the braids, Formula One driver.
Oh, God, Google him.
He was like the Tiger Woods of that shit for like 3 or 4 years. Like, he was just winning everything. Right. Dead ass. Like, they was so mad at his ass. Them motherfuckers was so mad, bruh. He was just wrecking shop.
Okay.
On the F1 tour for like 3 or 4 years. Now it's another dude that's you know, some white dude, so everybody's happy, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so he's also very big into fashion, and he's an icon in his sport. Obviously, LeBron is an icon in his sport. Pharrell, an icon in the music entertainment, and A$AP Rocky, I mean, he's Rihanna adjacent, so he's godlike in that regard.
I just hope they don't. To me, fashion has just spiraled out of control. Just from some shit that I've seen that got the highest price tags on it. Like, I look at that Balenciaga shit.
Yeah.
And I be looking like,
word?
This is fashion? Like, it be just blowing my mind. So I'm just hoping, that's why I'm like, I hope it don't go off the rails.
So this is the thing. So I'm gonna be honest with you.
Be ridiculous. I'm like,
yeah.
I guess if you got money, you just gonna buy this.
So that is the Met Gala. So it is going to be ridiculous. Like, if you go back and you look at any Met Gala that has happened in the last 5 to 10 years, and you look at...
But that's the Met Gala. I get it. You're supposed to do it at that event, but then this shit shouldn't bleed over to normal just
Well, yeah, I mean...
Motherfuckers trying to do this shit outside the Met Gala. I'm like, bro, we at the grocery store. Why
so the Met Gala, it's a black tie event. So you would have to be, if you're doing the Met Gala in real life, like, you would be yes, you're doing the most. But for the Met Gala, it is going to be big. It is going to be over the top. It is going to be eye popping. It is going to be headline grabbing, and it is going to be, hopefully, fluid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be there. I mean, as long as I'm just like duct tape and stupid ass products and shit, man, coming clothes, it'd be like, I'll be sitting there looking like
a 3D printed dress, some shit.
Or just like random items and shit. I'd be like, you know, that's a construction item, right? Like, what the fuck? Or it'd be like some shoes that's like kind of half melted. I'm like, shit look like mom clothes. I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, just wear your shit till it look like that.
Yeah.
Don't buy it already like that. But that's just gonna be a whole nother tangent. But yeah. That's a little rant. It ain't a tangent. It just be a rant.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
We'll go ahead and wrap it up.
With that. Yeah. So with that is our episode for today. Thank you all so much for watching, listening. So make sure you go out and like, comment, subscribe, share, and get in contact with us and let us know how you felt about today's episode.
Yep.
And with that being said, Ayati,
stay casual.